There are some evil, awful villains in anime. Some of them are unforgivable, some of them want power, and some of them want to do the right thing but are doing it the wrong way. And some of them just really like pandas. Well, I've always said I prefer slice of life more than most people, so let's talk about this one. Let's talk about Mr. Villain's Day Off. Let's get into it. The show has a pretty simple premise. The main character, Warumono-san, or the General, is a terrifying villain who wants to destroy all of humanity for the sake of his people. The only problem is, it's his day off, and he doesn't want to do anything on his day off. Can you blame the guy? No, really. That's the premise of the show. He'll take over the world as long as he's on the clock. The second he can clock out, he's not doing anything regarding work. No hangouts, no company retreats, nothing. The General likes to eat sweets, watch television, live in a really nice apartment for a villain, so I guess it pays really well, sign me up. And honestly, he's just a really pleasant guy when he's off the clock. He seems like a good guy who doesn't want to be bothered too much, but will go out of his way to help people. Kind of like Psyche from Psyche K. You know, if Psyche was a villainous person who liked pandas. For example, in one episode, he helps Luffy make sandcastles. Okay, it's just a girl who looks like Luffy, but I don't know, it might be him. Maybe Gear 6 just has some really weird side effects. He also helps a little boy realize that he can become a vet when he's older, Sakura Spirit fall in love with another boy, and he also helps Santa Claus. Starting to realize this show is a little on the weird side, but it's cool. You get the feeling that while he's not actually a villainous person, the General's just kind of doing his job. But when he's off the clock, he's really pleasant. He helps people. Seems like a guy you could be friends with. You know, provided you get past the whole trying to annihilate humanity thing, but that's nothing. I've met worse people through customer service. But he is not going unopposed. That's right. The General has villains, or, well, I guess they're heroes in this case, that are going up against him, and they are the Rangers. Not the Power Rangers, that'd be awesome, but these are different Rangers. But each of these Rangers kind of has their own quirks and ends up meeting the General when he's off the clock. For example, the main one he meets is Akatsuki Red. No, not from that Akatsuki, I think. His name is just Akatsuki Red. He's very insistent on fighting the General, but considering it's the General's day off, he can't do it. He's very kind-hearted as well, but he has a terrible sense of directions, and the General is always pointing him towards where he wants to go. They have a pretty interesting dynamic, to be honest. Next are Reimei Green, two twin Rangers, the Green Ranger, Mugi and Sora. Yeah, it took me a little longer than it should have to realize that one of these characters is a boy and the other's a girl. My bad. Sometimes they act like stereotypical little kids, but every now and then they have moments of intelligence where they're able to pick up on the other Rangers' feelings. At times it kind of feels like they're the heart or the innocence of the Ranger team. Next is Shinonome Pink. She seems level-headed, and she seems like she could be a good leader, but that's because a lot of people don't know her secret. Yeah, this girl does not want to be the Pink Ranger, which, she can be wrong on that, but she actually wants to be a magical girl. Yup, a magical girl. Yet nobody tell this girl what happened to Madoka and her friends when they wanted to become magical girls. It will ruin it for her. While on patrol, she also finds the General having a meow off with a cat. I am serious. Listen. Even with that ridiculousness, I saw that a lot of my friends who hadn't seen the show ended up really liking her, and I'm glad. Also, her hair is amazing. I love it. I think it's awesome. She also butts heads with Soten Blue a lot, or the Blue Ranger. He worries about his friends a lot, even if he doesn't like to admit it, and gets stomach aches a lot. Yeah, sadly, there's not much to work with for him, but he's still an engaging character. All of these Rangers are actually really fun. And lastly, Yoyami Black, or the Black Ranger. He sleeps a lot, but he also loves animals, and some of his interactions with the General are actually kind of hilarious when he teaches the General how to feed cats. Yeah, like I said, it's not the deepest anime, but I don't really think it needs to be. The show is pure serotonin. There aren't that many deep messages to it, not that much character development, but it's still really fun. It's not something you have to think about all that much, which makes you wonder why I'm doing a review of it in the first place, but it's still incredibly enjoyable. But that's not the main thing you guys want to hear about. No. So far, things have been smooth, but the General has one little not-so-secret. He loves pandas. Now, don't get me wrong, I like pandas too, but this guy takes it to an almost kind of scary degree. He constantly thinks about pandas. They're always in his fantasies. He goes to the zoo almost exclusively to see them. They're always dancing in the little eye-catch things of the show. This crazed man is allowing humanity to live on certain days just because of the fact that pandas exist. I really wish I was joking. He'll even order desserts and coffees if they're panda themed. In one episode, he was so distraught over drinking a type of coffee just because it was panda themed, and the man next to him cannot handle it. Ah yes, truly the saddest moment in anime. Nina Tucker being fused with her dog? Lame. Koro Sensei's death? I don't think so. Bochi's anxiety? Pfft, see a nerd? Nope. The saddest moment in anime is the General suffering over panda coffee. There are other characters like Rooney, the right-hand man of the General, who always seems to be getting in his way, but is initially harmless. He just seems more like the annoying coworker. You don't always want to see him, but more often than not, he's not too bad. Trigger, another villain with the organization who seems to hate the General for taking things so leisurely and enjoying life. And the girl who works at the convenience store. Honestly, she may have been the best character, just because, well, she likes sweets and she helps people. That's kind of all I need. But in all honesty, the General is the real star of the show. He doesn't come off as a completely malicious villain. He doesn't come off as the deepest villain. He just comes across somebody who's doing his job, but will help people when the time comes. And he just wants to take care of himself. And in all honesty, isn't that what we all deserve? Don't we all deserve to have our days off and enjoy them, whether it's something fun or something relaxing? And that's what the General tries to teach us. On your days off, use them. Sometimes the best things you can do in life is simply take care of yourself. And that's what the show tries to demonstrate. Honestly, it's one of my favorites. Like I said, not the deepest, not the most story-driven, but I don't even think it needs to be. And as fun as some of the fights are, sometimes it's just fun to see the Rangers interacting with the General and realizing that he's not that bad of a guy, and in some cases, he can be their friend. All on Mr. Villain's Day Off. But what do you guys think? Have you seen Mr. Villain's Day Off? Did you like it? Let me know what you think. And remember, just like the General says, if you don't look after your own mind and body, you'll burn out someday. Please take care of yourselves. Please enjoy your days off. And enjoy it with Mr. Villain's Day Off. As always, thank you guys for the support. Thanks to our lovely editor for helping us out with this one. See you guys next time.